How's it going, everybody? This is Pristine Paper back again with another video. And it's been a while since you guys have last heard from me. I think it's almost probably been close to 2 months now. Oh, and we're getting a foot in the shot. Yeah, we're already back to our normal shenanigans. Let's take a little peek at who that foot belongs to. Yep, he's just gonna be chilling here now, I guess. Anywho, yeah, I've been away from making videos for a little bit. Kind of got a little burnt out. Was focusing on my graduate class and some other things that came up. But I was collecting the whole time, of course. And if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that I'm still active in the hobby and stuff like that. But just kind of took a break from making videos. But kind of felt motivated to make a video today to kind of showcase some recent pickups I have. These aren't everything. This isn't everything I've had, or I've picked up, I should say, since my last video. I have had other pickups, but I have brought them, to my house, or I should say my parents' house. That's where I keep the bulk of my PC. I live, with my fiance in an apartment, so I don't really trust, keeping my entire collection here. So, anywho, I just have things delivered here, and then once I have like a bulk or a lot of cards like this, like a nice stack, I'll bring them over to my parents' house and, drop them off. But anywho, let's kind of get into the video and see what I have. Some really nice stuff in this mail day, I should say. Kind of have it, there we go. Kind of just block it off with this cardboard here. A little janky. Here we go. First card we have, and we have a cat going in the litter box, so I will see you in a second. Okay. We are back from our intermission. First card we have here is actually a Panini Instant card of Jason Tatum. It's from the playoffs. And here it is. Tatum takes control, takes out Orlando. So this is from round one. Really just like this photo a lot. Of him kind of showing the Boston on his jersey at the crowd. Lifting up the jersey, and then the crowd's kind of going wild. So I really like this one a lot. And it's only numbered out of 65, so pretty interesting. I really like that about Panini Instant and how it's numbered to obviously the order number, the total order number. And Topps Now is very different and pretty much a crapshoot and a lottery system. So that's the first card though. Really like it. Gonna add that to my binder. Next one up is kind of a football card, or not kind of a football card, but it is a football card. And kind of an interesting one. That's what I meant to say. And I'll just show it to you right here. It's a playoff contenders from 2007, round and numbers of Adrian Peterson and Calvin Johnson, and it's the gold parallel, numbered out of 250, and it's 69 out of 250. So if you kind of catch my drift, that's a fun numbering. But this is a pretty cool card. I got it for around $30, and I thought that was like a steal. I thought it was like a an eBay buy it now steal like I had with the Lamar Jackson Genesis. But no, like the comps of this card are pretty much like $30, maybe 40. So I paid about comps for it. But anyway, it's a nice card though. I really am a fan of AP and Calvin Johnson. Both from the '07 draft. And again, the numbering on this one is pretty cool. So I'll probably just add it to the binder for a little bit until I feel like I don't need it anymore, and I'll move on from it and give it to another collector, or not give it to another collector, but sell it to another collector. Jeez, it's been a while since I made a video, can you tell? Next up is a trade I made with a local card shop. I traded some stuff for this card. I'll show you. It's a Hall of Fame autograph. Epic Signatures from Upper Deck Century Legends. It's George Gervin, of course, and he inscribed ice on it, which is pretty sweet. I've always wanted one of these, and there's a cat hair there. Just ignore that. Another one there. I've always wanted a George Gervin autograph. I just think and here, my God. Hold on, guys. Okay, where was I? I've always wanted a George Gervin autograph, and just to trade some stuff in that I didn't really need. For this one, it's nice I didn't have to pay for it. Technically, just traded. So that's how I acquired this one. I like that it is inscribed with his nickname. Next one up is a pretty crazy one. I think I might save that. And you guys see the next one right here. This is from another LCS, a different one than the previous I just mentioned. This is a pretty sweet card. I think it's a 2002. Yep, Fleer. Classic cuts of Ted Williams, and it's game worn pants. I really like this design here. I know it's like a smaller picture for the actual player, but I like the overall backdrop with the field and the the team logo and the number. I just think it's a nice looking design here. And Ted Williams doesn't have a ton of relics out there, so to get a piece of game worn pants, it's pretty cool. And within this set, they also include, I believe, pieces of bats and other things, so you don't always get the actual pants. Sorry guys, I keep having to pause the recording because the cats are being annoying. But next card up is actually one I received today, and what kind of prompted me to make this video. And it's a new set chase I'm going after. This is the 2015 16 Panini Gold Standard White Gold Prime, and this is the Patrick Ewing, number 25. Prime material, game worn. It is a stunning card. You obviously will see this posted on my Instagram. Where I'll get some good shots of it under the light, but just a great all-around set. 15 card checklist with a decent set of names in there, which I think the worst name in there is like Michael Redd, and he's not even that bad of a name, honestly, if you are kind of keen to NBA history and what ifs. So really happy to have this one now in my PC. Next up is a card that I kind of took a flyer on. I wish I didn't do it. This is a OMP Rafael Nadal Future Stars gold number to 25. So just based off that, you might think this is a pretty nice card. It's technically a rookie card, but it's like basically compared to like a Leaf product, like unlicensed, not really sought after, doesn't really hold much weight in the hobby. I traded some stuff into another LCS. I was trading a bunch of stuff into LCSs all over my state, and I got like $90 cash. I saw this card as I was going through some of his stuff. I'm like, this is kind of interesting. Maybe I can try to flip this. Because I couldn't find any comps out there, and I was like, I'll take a flyer on this. Rafael Nadal just retired from, I think, playing tennis, so I was like, I'll take a flyer, and I actually got it for 70. It was listed for, he had it up for 100 in his showcase. I got it for 70, so I didn't actually pay real money for it, and I actually just traded stuff I already had for it. Went around to a few other shops, and none of them are interested. It's kind of a bummer. I'm just trying to get my hands off this card now because I think it's just bad luck. I mean, it is kind of cool looking, but again, there's not much to it. And the parallel is kind of lackluster, so it's kind of in my PC now. Kind of a warning for other people out there that are interested, maybe looking for steals and trying to flip things. But yeah, just kind of take the money. That's the main point here. Next one here is a big one, I'd say. I'm gonna move this over here just to not spoil. I got this is another trade-in I got from LCS. Traded in a bunch of stuff. Even I have a bunch of autographed prints. I traded in some Ray Bork autographed prints and an autographed puck for this card here. Really, really nice card. It's a Topps 3 Derek White red parallel, number to 5. And it is a patch autograph. Game used memorabilia. And you can track it to the actual game that it was worn in. It doesn't say it on the back of the card. However, thank you to Wax Museum podcast. So I'll give him a shout out. He helped me identify the jersey from this code right here, or this partial code, which I'll throw up on the screen here, and the game that it was from, because I honestly forget. So I'll put all that stuff on the screen and the stats. So it was really, really special to be able to find the game that this relic was worn in. Additionally, because this is one of the first Celtics relic sets that Derek White has, and he's been on the team for 3 or 4 years now. So I was really just trying to get some Derek White Celtics stuff in my collection, as a relic collector. So I can finally say I did, and it's a nice card. Really, really like this one. Although he's wearing the infamous Fanatics sleeves, and kind of making a weird face, but still love Derek White on card autograph as well. So nice card for my Celtics PC. And to continue the theme, we got another pretty big Celtics card here. Please excuse all the hair. I have 3 cats, as you guys all know. This one here, people might consider this one bigger than the next one I'm going to show you, but it's still, you know, I like this. I like the last one I'm going to show you the most. I think here we have a 2023-24 immaculate quad of Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Drew Holiday, and Kristaps Porzingis, prime number 210. Just a beautiful card. All game worn, of course. You know, looking at this card now, post trades, it kind of hits different. You know, I had this one before, you know, all the trades went down. And when I say trades, you know, obviously Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis are no longer on the Boston Celtics. They were traded this past week. So, you know, when that happened, I kind of, you know, made me a lot happier that I have this card now in the prime version to kind of encapsulate that moment in time, the 2023 to 2025 era of Celtics, the 2024 championship, that whole run. It was just really special, you know, as a Celtics fan, who's been, you know, an avid fan of the NBA for like over 10 years now. And, you know, the 08 team never really, you know, it was a great team, but it didn't really stick out to me because that was not my team. I was too young. I wasn't really big into basketball at that point. This was my team. You know, this was the championship team that I resonate with, that I will always remember. They were the first team, you know, in my, you know, cognizant memory of winning a championship where I watched every game and was a huge fan and, you know, it's really, you know, was into the series. So really happy to have this one. We'll miss Kristaps and Drew tremendously, but you know, that's just the name of the game, and that's how sports are, unfortunately, especially with this new CBA. So have that one. Definitely a Grail card. I mean, will end up probably being one of my top 10 pickups of the year, I would say. I mean, we're into July already, so 6 months into the year, I would probably say so. Last one here. It's another immaculate card, another prime version, another Celtics card. It is the dual patch of Jaylen and Jason, number 10. Just a beautiful card. Amazing card. Now this one, paired up with this quad, I get a lot of different emotions, you know. These were the two guys that we started with, and they are the ones that are still here after the trades, after the championship. They are the two that will always be the consistent thing of, you know, with the Celtics for the next, you know, decade at least. I would hope so. They will always be the most consistent thing on the team. Like, the players will come and go, but Tatum and Brown will always stay. That's my philosophy. That's how I think. That's what I think as a fan, and that's what I think the Celtics should do. You can't break this duo up. They won a championship, and they have tremendous chemistry as well, I would have to say. But just looking at these patch pieces, the Jaylen's a little bit, you could say, lackluster, but I really like it a lot. It's, you know, pretty much almost a napkin piece, but the stitching is there. And you can see some of the green on this right-hand side. Really, really love this one. And then the Tatum piece is obviously just a big chunky patch. And again, all game worn, of course. So to have both of these cards for me were massive Grail cards. This is also the first dual patch of Jaylen and Tatum that was ever released, and they've been playing together for like 7 years. So to grab this one, the first one, you know, in a set, it wasn't the first copy, of course, it's number 3. So to grab this one, it just is super special to me, and pair these two up is just honestly a dream come true as a collector for me. I can honestly say, like, I'm happy with, like, kind of stopping for a while, for a few months maybe, and like just being happy with what I have, like these two cards specifically. And then, you know, can't leave out Derek White. He was like a part of this team as well. It would be awesome if this was like a 5-man card and you got Derek White on there. But yeah, that's kind of the mail day. That's what I've had picked up recently. And like I said, I've had other stuff that I picked up over those 2 months. Where I was kind of absent from YouTube. And so if you want to check those cards out, check out my Instagram, you know, at pristine_paper. And without further ado, I'm going to peace out here and say bye. See you later.